Brennan here, founder and host of Longevity Summit Canada, and I'm sitting here at the lab with Dr. Lew, founder and CEO of Vielight. Vielight makes some incredibly scientific looking devices that look like they're coming from a sci-fi movie. And it's quite incredible at some of the things that you guys are working towards and achieving here in Toronto, of all places. I would have expected this to be somewhere in Silicon Valley or somewhere in the United States or something like that. So welcome. Thank you so much.
Sure, of course.
For partnering and being an exhibitor here at the Expo. Tell us a little bit about yourself, how you became the CEO and founder of Vielight, and what are some of the things that you guys are achieving here?
Yeah, talking about something you might see in the Silicon Valley. Actually, I spent a few years there.
Okay.
which is has some. So I have some roots in that area. Actually, this was experimented when I was there in around mid-90s to 2000.
Right.
So I'm pretty senior. And at that time, the only people who were really familiar with this kind of technology, it's called laser therapy or low-level laser therapy. Today it's gone into red light therapy. Actually, were the Russians. Okay. And the Soviet bloc, I would say a lot of the work were actually done in the other countries like Hungary and the other, there's satellite countries of the USSR.
What was the nature of this research? What were they doing?
No, it was first discovered by a Hungarian professor.
Okay.
And he published it in Russian language in about 1967 when he experimented on lab rats, and he thought laser was new at the time. Laser was just kind of discovered and made public around 1965. Now he had one group he had two groups of rats that had their fur shaved off.
Okay.
And he thought that the one that were exposed to laser would develop tumor. But with some positive accident, they actually grew the fur more rapidly.
And you said an operative word.
Yeah.
A positive accident.
Yeah.
These types
because
of things.
He wasn't exactly,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that by accident,
he wasn't expecting.
Yeah. Improved the fur.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he reduced the power of the laser, and so that's how this idea of low-level laser therapy, and that you can see it extends to the popular use now, hair growth and stuff like that, right? So it went on. They did more work, and now it went to a stage in the I would say early 90s, in the 80s, where they started to see what the effects were on blood properties.
Okay.
And at that time, you see clinics in the Soviet bloc, and then expanded to China. The physicians were injecting low-level laser into the vein.
How?
Oh, I just do a catheter, put the needle in, and shine a light through a optic fiber.
Okay.
And that's it,
And what was
you generate the laser with an equipment.
What was the desirable outcome for those studies?
So what they found was, the idea was, if we could do positive stuff like that, what will it do to your body, the circulatory system?
And you said this is in the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah, I would say the 80s, and so they literally had clinics all over the Soviet blocks at the time doing this.
Was it
people lie down and
so it was open to the public?
Oh yeah, you could like seeing a doctor,
or
seeing a chiropractor. You just do this thing.
Fascinating.
Yeah. Now, I realized that. So I was playing around with lasers and displays and stuff like that, and I said, let's try an experiment. Actually, near-infrared light, even red, can penetrate through the skin. Very simple. You put a red light through here, one part of the palm, you can see some of it coming through the other side, right? So it does penetrate. And now what would be okay, let's assume that the barriers on the skin is quite significant. So then find the area of least resistance,
Yes.
which is thin membrane, the nose.
Yeah.
Right. That time I wasn't thinking about reading the brain. I was thinking about doing this for the circulatory system, and we did some experiments and found that, yeah, it does affect blood properties. You put it just a simple microscope, it takes blood samples before and after. You can literally see aggregation disappearing and, better flow and stuff like that.
How long would these lights need to be on for you to see them?
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah, so with the red. Yeah. So that then I started to. Actually, I wasn't doing this until the mid 2000 when I had more time to do this, and we actually released our first product mid 2000 under a different name.
Okay.
Vielight was incorporated in 2011, but we were doing this for quite a number of years before that. Yeah.
Guys, this is why this is so important, because you've been around for a long time. There are a lot of companies that are just fly-by-night pop-ups that are claiming to have red light therapy devices and all that stuff, but there's also a lot of gimmicks out there.
Yeah.
But you guys have been doing this for a long, long time.
Yeah. So that's the origin, and we progressed, and we actually did. Of course, we filed a bunch of patents, but we continue to do our research. Because it's so exciting, I'm discovering new things all the time. Like, it's just fun, you just do and discover.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
So with this application, this goes intranasally, right, in the nose, because we know that the path of least resistance is here, right? Thin skin.
Yeah.
Now, I'm a man. You're a man.
Okay, I know you're going to.
Can I go there?
Yeah. Oh, we haven't actually tried.
Well, I'm wondering, can we observe anything if we used red light down there? Hypothetically? Even?
Yeah.
Look, everyone's laughing in the background,
but I think
these are legitimate questions that people want to know.
But I think a lot of issues it's in the brain.
Okay,
right?
So we need to focus here first.
So yeah, that would take care of a lot of things, right?
So if we focus on the brain, that'll take care of a lot of things. Okay.
Yeah. So we continue to do that. Now I can tell you that we measure everything. I started with simple stuff. A lot of the parameters were kind of intuitive and based on what I understand in physics.
Sure.
But without question, it took me you're holding a vagus nerve stimulation device. Believe it or not, this idea already came about pre-COVID, so more than 5 years ago, and had a prototype already. But we wanted to, so I wasn't really sure because everything was electrical, right?
Sure.
That is kind of intuitive. You try to affect the because your whole your cardiac system is based on electrical.
How did that make you feel when you first had intuitive thoughts, wondering if some of these modalities could work because you understand biology, and then you combine them, your intuition, and then you apply them, and then you saw the findings sort of reinforce your intuition? What did that feel like?
It feels that I'm very lucky. but it does require a lot of basic knowledge.
Sure.
I do understand quite a lot of
well, it's not basic
engineering
knowledge. It's structured knowledge that you've acquired and you really put yourself into, and you've studied and studied. So it's quite remarkable.
Well, my background is engineering, neuroscience. Going back further, I am a chartered accountant. So I'm a doctor of natural medicine. So I do understand quite a lot of physiology, biochemistry, physics. Now I go into what we're hypothesizing about meditation and consciousness later.
Sure, let's go there.
Okay, right. Yeah, I wanted to do a little bit more of this, but now you're a long-term meditator, and we're doing some really interesting discovery. One area of our research is on meditation.
Okay.
And we are trying to figure out, okay, if we can do help meditators, can we translate that into everyday use, to help other people?
Sure.
Okay, that's kind of the background, but it's kind of fun to see where this is going. And long-term meditators, like you, long-term, you walk around with very high frequency in the brain already.
I like to think so.
Okay, if you walk around with quite high gamma,
Okay.
which equates to awareness, what's going on, your sensitivity of what's going on. Now we put this on, not this particular device, the NeuroPro,
The black one,
the big one, yeah,
right?
and do a sweep. So we control it through the phone interface and start with like 1 hertz, 4 hertz, go up and up,
right,
with some intervals. And depending on who you are, we can go to 1,000 or more. So meditators, when they meditate, they're in a state, they can get into a state where this can catalyze, you into that,
get them there
the
faster,
jhana, deeper,
sure,
the jhana state.
Yeah.
You'll know it because it just boom, suddenly you're there, right? Now this is the exciting part. Okay, it is. We're having a scientific conference on trying to understand meditation to push the science, not just on what we see, but maybe Paya can do a pitch on when this conference is supposed to be our meditation conference.
And so are you putting this conference on yourselves?
We're having, what dates? October 24th.
Okay, so there's a meditation conference.
Yeah.
Neuroscience of Meditation Summit, October 24th. Where?
In Toronto.
In Toronto.
There's a website. Yeah.
So here's what I'm going to propose for all of the ticket holders, for everyone that visits the booth at Longevity Summit in August. Maybe we can try to influence them to come visit you guys as well.
Yeah, please. Okay. And do it quickly because we only have a limited number of seats.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, we want
to be very, very
level.
exclusive event. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's announce it for our communities. We'll get
absolutely. So yeah, the emphasis is on the science, and we will have really highly respected scientists in this field speaking and sharing experience.
Amazing.
So it'll be experiential. It'll be exploring the theories, and it's kind of like as a community deciding how we want to go. Now, photobiome, we did this because we discovered this, right? And I think this technology is able to, in my hypothesis, actually I'm presenting at a conference next month on the science of consciousness, and I'm proposing this hypothesis that this is able to, at a certain frequency, resonate with the microtubule structure in the brain. So high-level meditators, in my opinion, the microtubules are, are the structures that hold your cells together, and they hold the axons, between the neurons together. There are some theories that these could be like channels for signaling and communication.
Channels for signaling and communication and enhancing neural networks and increasing vibration in people's consciousness.
No, we don't know. Yeah, okay. Default mode is also a network to think about. But so I'm thinking that the high-level meditators of years of practice and who they are, maybe is genetic. Their structures are more aligned, like guitar strings, different frequencies,
sure.
And you hit this frequency, it vibrates. So I'm saying this because there may be other explanation, but we started with empirical evidence that meditators are going through like this, So how do you explain it?
Right.
And we are also doing cell culture studies and studying specifically living cells,
right,
in a petri dish.
Yeah.
We are studying tubulins and microtubules. Tubulins make up microtubules.
Yeah.
And see the effect of this near-infrared light, certain wavelength, and certain pulse frequencies. So I've got any other effects. It does make a difference whether you're pulsing it. So we found that when we pulse at 10 hertz alpha,
Yeah.
it kind of destabilizes
Right.
the structures, the protein actually, And when we increase the frequency, like 40 hertz gamma, it starts to switch over reconsolidation.
Wow.
So I've got evidence from that high level from among meditators, and at cell culture level. So I'm trying to connect what's happening.
Beautiful.
And I think there is something to this, so we have to do a bit more work.
Yeah. Well, if you are, and now our audience, we've got a very educated and I say a high vibrating audience.
Great.
So I think that this will resonate with many of them. So if you are,
You got the 2 words right.
yeah, if you are enthusiastic towards meditation and maybe spirituality, and you are exploring your different levels of frequencies and awareness and consciousness, Dr. Lew is saying that these tools can definitely enhance that.
Yeah. And then later on we'll
And to explore it.
Yeah, explore it, what it does to, say, to people with Alzheimer's disease,
Sure.
to the cognitive impairment.
If we can improve the function, then what
yeah.
can we do with individuals that are having challenges with their brain function, of course?
So touching on that area, are you interested to talk about Alzheimer's disease? Or?
I'll tell you what, I think, are you going to be speaking at the expo? I think there's I think there's going to be an opportunity for you discussing this. So for those that are interested in maybe Alzheimer's or any form of neurodegeneration, pardon me, you got to come to the expo, learn from the experts, experience this, take a look at these products. If you are a clinician, a practitioner, maybe you would benefit from having these in your clinic and offering some of these modalities to their patients.
Yeah.
Right? You're really, really paving the way for humanity.
Well, I hope we do a little bit, contribute. Now, you're holding a Vegas. We haven't talked about it. And this is something we're actually, the more we learn from the data we're getting, the more excited we're becoming, because, you just put it around your neck, one button operation. It seems to, if you're looking for changes in heart rate variability, vagal tone, reducing stress.
Amazing.
Simple.
So if you want to improve your heart rate variability, this is also another major tool that can definitely help improve that. And they've got the data to show it. So thank you so much for doing this.
And of course, it
was a real pleasure, real honor to meet you.
Of course.
And we'll be seeing all of you at the summit August 9th, 10th, and 11th. And you can try this device and look and explore and ask all sorts of questions. This is really, really exciting times. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for interviewing me.
Okay.
Yep.